Home sales continue to topple records, and as they're heating up, so too are prices. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to our channel, my name is Felix Chan, Calgary Realtor and mortgage broker with the LiveInnerCity real estate team. We provide monthly updates, so if you want to keep your pulse on the market, then feel free to subscribe. Okay, let's get right into it. Detached, semi-detached, and townhomes did pretty good. And even though apartments lagged behind, I felt like it picked up in the last half of July. If you owned a single detached home, sales are pretty strong in certain areas and the trajectory is still climbing up. So you can price it at the higher end of the market, but you can't be greedy about it. For semi-detached, there isn't a lot of inventory out there. So just like single detached homes, if you're selling, you need to apply the same principle. For owners of townhomes and condos, you do have a lot of competitors and you have to have all your ducks in a row to ensure that you get traffic through the door. And how do you do this? Well, you have to have beautiful photos, a staged property, or decorate it in a very appealing way, and pricing has to match market expectations or beat it. I did feel that the condo market in the inner city did pick up in the last half of July. As the 8 listings I had, 4 of them went conditional during that time. For investors looking to buy in Calgary, I think you'd be positioning yourself extremely well getting into the market now. When the masses find out Calgary's affordability, which is virtually half of the big cities like Vancouver and Toronto, which, by the way, if you were thinking of comparing Vancouver versus Calgary for the lifestyle, weather, job market, education, and more, Jazz did a video, so check it out here. People will flock to Calgary. Now, I don't know when that will happen. It could be 5 years or 10 years from now. I don't know, but I know it will happen. For investing tips and properties you can buy here in Calgary as income properties, check out the playlist here. Here is the summary for Calgary for last month. We had a total of 2,319 sales, up from 1,835 last July, but they were down from 2,915 from June. Average price of a home was $488,501 in July, but is down from $494,111 in June. Supply remains higher than last July, but most apartment and row townhomes account for most of the available properties. Property values in suburban communities are more than 10% higher. Sales. One of the best Julys on record since 2007. Sales of detached properties were up by 52% from a year ago, and the pace of sales has improved over the last few months, along with the pace of new listings growth, which has really helped prevent any further monthly gains in inventory levels. Inventory. New listings reached 3,296, and that's down from 4,135 in June. There are 6,678 units in inventory for July 2021. And because of this, months of supply rose to just under 3 months. And there are significant variation on product types. So for detached, we're at minus 5.44%, detached minus 7.23%, row and townhouses at plus 5.4%, and apartments were plus 12.76%. Pricing. For detached, we increased it by 11%, row and townhomes by 10.55%, semi-detached by 9.76%, and apartments 3.93%. Benchmark prices in the city did reach $460,100, which is slightly higher than last month and 10% higher than last July. Price that has the highest growth is the detached sector, with it sitting at 11% above last year's price, a recovery from the previous high in 2014. Detached. Homes below $500,000 still face tight market conditions with less than 2 months of supply. Price is trending up this month, and prices are on the rise in every district except for the city center, where prices are reported below 2014 highs. Row and townhouses. Prices remain nearly 11% higher than last July, but compared to last year, prices have improved across every district. Gains range from 6% in the Northwest to 20% in the East District. Now, despite these gains, prices continue well below previous highs. Semi-detached. Benchmark prices continue to rise over last month, but at a much slower pace. At a benchmark price of $428,400 in July, levels are nearly 10% higher than last year, which means it has recovered from its previous highs. Prices, however, haven't yet fully recovered in the city center northeast, south, and east districts. Apartments. Additional supply choice is having some impact on prices depending on the district. While prices have stalled, strong gains still happen in the south and southeast districts. Prices remain higher than levels recorded last July, but prices remain far from recovery from its previous highs. Okay, that wraps up our Calgary real estate market update for July. If you are from out of town and want to know how to buy property in Alberta, you first have to know how to qualify for a mortgage. Because we get tons of you guys calling from Ontario and BC, I'm gonna be coming out a video on what your job situation must be like in order to buy. If you don't wanna miss out on that, then make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when that is released. My name is Felix Chan, Calgary Realtor and mortgage broker with the LiveInnerCity Real Estate team, helping you keep real estate simple, and we'll see you in the next video.